For the latest in strategic affairs, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click the bell icon for updates.
My guest this evening is Ambassador Shyam Saran, former Foreign Secretary, who was also Prime Minister Manmohan Singh's envoy on climate change in 2007 to 10. So, welcome. Glad to have you.
Thank you, Surya. Thank you for having me.
Sir, India's declaration about setting 2070 as a deadline for net zero. Do you see a complete reversal, kind of a flip on our side? Because net zero is something we've been against for a long time.
We have not been against net zero as such. We have been saying that while having net zero as our target, global target, by 2050 is certainly welcome. But this cannot be a uniform condition for each and every state party to the convention. Because countries are at different levels of development, their needs are different, the kind of situation where they are placed in is very different. So you cannot have the same size fits all kind of approach. We had said that it is not a very practical thing for us to sort of sign up to any kind of a target date. As you know, we have also not signed on to a target date for our peaking of emissions. So in that sense, there was a position taken that we are not in favor of individual countries being asked to sign on to this net zero by 2050. But obviously, I think there has been perhaps a decision that India should be seen as taking a forward-looking position. There was also a lot of pressure, as you know, from the United States of America and from the European Union, that India, as one of the largest emitters, should also commit itself to some kind of a target. So, from that point of view, the Prime Minister indicating 2070 as a target date for net zero for India is something which has certainly deflected the political pressures on us on this issue. And in practical terms, frankly, to me, it doesn't really mean very much because 2070 is a long time away. There is a lot of things that can happen in between. I would say that both for India as well as for other countries, it is far more important to see what countries are willing to do in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years,
Absolutely.
because that will determine the pathway for the future. I think 2070 as a political gesture is fine, but I do not see much in terms of the practical significance of this. Perhaps you should look more at what Prime Minister has said in terms of our renewable energy target, our solar energy target. Those are perhaps more important.
So I just want to come to that, He's talked about the scaling of renewables and bringing down emissions intensity. In your understanding, are we on track to achieve these goals? These are doable?
Yes, I think so, because as far as the trajectory of our emissions intensity is concerned, in fact, it has been, progressively going down. So that's a good sign. And as far as renewable energy is concerned, I think India has a good story to tell because it has made some impressive gains in terms of installed capacity for solar, for wind. These are in fact quite impressive. Also, I have been pointing out that even on the issue of coal, even though India is very heavily dependent upon coal-based thermal power, not many people know that India has actually, progressively put a kind of a cess on production of coal, which started with, something like 50 rupees. Now, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's something like 400 rupees per ton. And that, in effect, although we may not be calling it a carbon tax, in a sense, it is. We have